Yo, welcome to Open Mic. Bring to the stage one that we all know and love. For show. Hey, what's up, girl? Y'all, give it up, for my girl, your girl. Justa Verse. For show. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
The dream of a verse is to be heard over the notes, over the keys, even over the beats. To be recognized as the heart of the sound you've embraced with your ears. To hear more than a melody. To hear the meaning of the commentary voiced in rhyme, just a verse. In other words, I don't want you to be so infatuated with me that that's all you come to see. The image of me. The physicality of me. I want you to see me in my poetry, the flow in me. Envision me as just a verse. Lines of thoughts and dreams resting on my mind. Words trying to find a home in your heart. Lyrics that spark different levels of intelligence within you. I.e., I want to make you think. Become a part of me. Feel what I feel. My pain, my joy, my disappointments, my love, my anger towards the one below, my gratitude to the one above. Everything that lives in me is in my verse, in me. See me through me, the unity within me, between me and my visual being and my lyrical beginnings. Who is me? Just a verse.
What it do, beautiful people, my melanated kings and queens. It's another episode of It's Just the Conversations, and this is the first Lyrics and Poetry edition week. So what's up, y'all?
What's good? What's going on?
Yo, shout out to my mom, because that piece that I just put up, that's how I got my name. I wrote that, and she was like, your name should be Just a Verse. And I was like, Mommy, that's stupid. And she was like, no, it should be. And I was like, this is foolishness. I'm going to go Stephanie. It's Stephanie. And then I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I slipped on it. I said, wait a minute. Just the verse kind of sound like something. She was like, you can't put the Justa and the verse together. And I was like, hold on. So shout out to my mom for hearing that piece and and giving me the name. That's why I tell people, they'd be like, what's your name? Just the verse. What's your mama name you? My mama named me Just a Verse.
She did.
Speaking of verses and all that type of good stuff, this week we're going to have some fun. We are going to let you guys get to know us a little bit in terms of our history with music. Now, I could not allow us to do like every genre. So it's Black History Month, so we finna just do some black stuff. Although we all in every piece of music, but that's a whole other episode. We can do a whole other week. So I came up with a couple questions, and I wanted to see what my people had to say and see if we can get into some conversations about this. You know what I'm talking about? Shey is a bit under the weather, so you're not going to see her face. But I tell you what, she a real one, because most people would have been like, I ain't coming. And she's still here, okay? So if you guys do not see her moving around, it's okay. Just look at that pretty picture that she got up there, you know what I'm saying? And just imagine all of the faces that she making, all that type of stuff, because she's here in the building, okay? Okay, so that's why you're not seeing her video. All right. We may have a guest pop in. We may not, because, niggas gonna nig, but that's another story. So let's jump right in. I'm going to go to you first, Jay. Okay. So the first question I asked, what is the first song you remember falling completely in love with? And I asked you for 3 specific genres. I asked you for, well, this one could be any genre, something, a church song, whatever genre within you want to say for church, a hip hop song, and an R&B song. Can you remember in those 3 categories, what were the first songs you fell in love in each and one of those categories?
I'm gonna start with the I guess church song. That would be the first one. I think the first one is a hymn. It's called "When He Cometh," and I really like that song because it gives you some some really cool imagery. I think like there's a part of it that says, "Like the stars of the morning, they bright shine." How's it going? Like a star in the morning. Um, I can't
Oh,
remember.
God, no.
I slipped. But anyway, it's talking about like God, how he sees us, and he's coming to get us as his jewels, right? Like ornaments, and people wear jewelry to do certain things, like accessorize, accentuate something. I'm just slipping up to kind of get imagery to kind of like make things look a little bit more fuller, so you don't look so naked, right? It's an accessory to accessorize, right? And it talks about, human beings, God's people. He will use them, he will have them as his accessories to make him look a certain way. And I felt like that was very touching because, you know how do you go from, you know dirty rocks to shining like diamonds, you know what I mean? And so that was powerful for me, in that song. So I think I fell in love with that song from the jump. Um, as far as hip hop goes, that's a tough one because my music taste changed over the years, from stuff I used to listen to stuff that I would listen to now. And I would have to say, as far as hip hop goes,
But the first song you fell in love with hip hop, like let's be on our brown sugar. When did you fall in love with hip hop?
um, I would say maybe the first song that I was like, oh man, I love this song. I would have to admit, I would have to admit, that's a hard one. I think when I was young, I think it would have to be a Jay-Z song. I think it's called "Jigga What," and the reason why I liked it back then is because I appreciate the way that he was able to kind of change his cadence and his flow.
That's what
And
you're gonna
sounded
say. Yep.
different than what he usually sounds. I would have to say that's why I really like that song. I recorded it on Hot 97 when I was in New York on a cassette tape, because we could put the cassette tape and hit
You
the
already know
record
it.
and hit the two buttons at the same time and then record off the radio. So I stole that
Already
song
know
off the
it.
radio. So yeah, I would say that. R&B song, man, that's a tough one. I would say the first song that I would say that I'm like, man, I like this song. It was I don't even know if it's considered an R&B, so it's more like a pop song. But
Okay, I give it
but
to you.
yeah, but it's "I'm Bad" by Michael Jackson.
Okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at any of your choices. You have three very good choices.
Yeah, "I'm Bad" by Michael Jackson. It's just like, I think the music video, the song is dope, but I think the music video is what did it for me, because later on they did a remake with the little kid, and he in the subway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When they did that, I'm like, now I know I could be in that video. So I would say those are
Yeah,
my.
those are good ones. Those are good ones. I rock with you. Okay, see, a lot of times I know how close I'm gonna be with somebody by their taste in music. It's like
This is true.
there's this one guy. I lost all respect for him musically, and he's somebody who's like known in the Seventh Adventist gospel music, whatever. And my boy messed around and told me, Brandy, you like Brandy. I said, well, did you just question? Oh yeah, you'll never be teaching me a song ever. I'm okay. I'm good.
Randy, something else.
Like,
Mhm.
so Shey, what about you? What's the first gospel church song that you remember falling in love with?
Jesus Loves Me.
That's actually
For a fact. That and just the different I don't know how many ways people have sung that song, but Jesus Loves Me has to be my absolute favorite.
Stands the test of time. I don't know why I never even thought of something like Jesus Love Me. Yes, girl, yes. What about hip hop? When did you fall in love with hip hop?
Back in the day, different stances. We would add our own stances. Well, when we would have worship in at my grandma's house, that's what we would do.
Oh, y'all was remixing it.
I remember a little part that someone put on the end of it. And I started teaching it to everyone. Jesus loves me, the sign of no, that's too high. I was gonna sing it for y'all, but never mind, it's too high. Just know there was other parts on there.
That's one of the songs where you never know which verses are original, because
right.
I think everybody everywhere adds something to it, and so when you hear another version, you're like, man, I wonder if that was the original, but you never know.
You never know.
I think we all should get writing credits on
right. Someone, when I was in New York as a little girl, someone and it's all because of God's amazing grace, because on Calvary's mountain he took my place. Sorry. And one day, some glorious morning, I shall see him face to face. And it's all because of God's amazing grace. That was another one that was added on there. And I used to make the little children's choir sing that. And I was a little girl in New York. I think I was a little girl. If not, then I had gone back and I was seeing. I don't remember, but I remember it was another little girl that added that part on there, and it just stuck with us forever. That's a really good choice, eh? What about hip hop? When did you fall in love with hip hop?
I would have to say Eric B. and Rakim. Microphone fade.
I knew it. I know, my friend. I knew it. And what about R&B? What was the first R&B song that you can remember falling in love with?
I mean, dang, I get this group confused, man. It wasn't High Five. It was, you know that song, Girl, If Ever the Going Got Rough, you never were the type to think of.
What?
When you got more than you should in a minute. Do your heart. Look, I gave you a little.
I know. I appreciate you saying you having the music on a lot too. Come through instrumental.
On that one. I'm only 22 years old, so I don't know if I was alive during that.
22? Okay, we going with it. I'm gonna go with it.
I never give up the strength, although it may seem. Whoever can guess that tune, I'll give you $20.
No, she won't. I'm not even gonna put y'all out there like that, but you can definitely comment. Okay, the song is there, but it's not there in my head because that's not where my head went when I thought of what you were gonna say, and I threw me completely off. But I know what song you're talking about. So, and as soon as somebody says it, we're gonna be like, "Oh, of course!" Or as soon as the show ends, is when we're gonna be like, "Girl,
it's new edition." It's new edition.
What's the new edition? What's the new edition? I don't know. So okay, so my friends got good taste. First of all, I knew you were gonna say Eric B. Rakim. I already knew that. And shout out to me for knowing you. Because I think you're gonna guess what my hip hop one is. But for my church song, I had to split it. I know I said choose one, but I had to split it because they both around the same time. So the first one is a hymn. It's actually the first song I ever played on my flute in church. My mother told me I had to. And it was also my grandmother's favorite song. And that is Well With My Soul. When peace like a river. Like that just, you know what I'm saying? Like just, that's the first, when peace like a river. That just sets you up for what's going to go down. Right? So, the other one would be His Eyes on a Sparrow. That was for as long as I can remember. Anytime somebody said, "You can sing," I sing a little bit. Sing something. Okay. I sing. Like that was always what it was.
Yeah, it's the same thing when somebody asks somebody to sing like on a TV show, and the first thing they'll say, "And I am telling you," like they
There
always
you go. There you go.
the
That's
hardest
that.
song
You know
you
what
can
I'm
ever
saying?
sing in your life.
Honorable mention for me in terms of what I would sing anytime is Richard Small, Center of My Joy. That was my go-to. And that's because I could sing as low as I wanted.
And don't sound like
you're the center of. I gotta be down there. My joy. That by the time I get to the end, I'm singing full hard. It's just right there in the mid range. But it felt like I was, yeah. For hip hop, Shey, you know what I'm gonna say for hip hop? Can you think of it?
No.
You can't watch. As soon as I said, you're gonna be like, duh. It's gonna be Slick Rick. Children's story. You should have known, girl.
I should have went further back.
You see what I'm saying? You had to go further back because the first song I remember falling in love with, and number one, because I've always been a storyteller, and to me, greatest hip hop storyteller of all time, in my opinion, is Slick Rick. That man knew how to paint and I think Jay, you and I had a conversation about this over audio. The way that he's able to tell a story, it's like, yo, you picture this kid just running from the cops, ran to the club. You know what I'm saying? That was the song. That was the first album I got on wax. But check this out. Check this out. We at the little spot, whatever. I'm like, Daddy, I want this because, then he sees the title, so start not thinking anything of that. He gets me the album. Now, granted, I only listened to that song and the Teenage Love. Those were the only two songs on that album. I literally picked up the needle and put it in the spot. Those were two songs that I just loved. I never even considered listening to the rest. Years later, I was like, oh, shoot, this whole thing is. My godfather came by and was like, what you doing with this? And he's like, that's Stephanie's. And keep in mind, this is like the 80s. So I'm not even a 2-digit person yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still chilling in the single digits with my age and stuff. And then my godfather put on other songs and was like, this is the album that you got her. And my dad broke it. Like literally broke the album.
Dang.
But that's anytime I hear just the beginning. We were on the cruise ship and they played that and everybody was watching because I stood up in the middle and I'm going in. What are you saying to me? What? Once upon a time not long ago when people were dumb as a little slow again. And my R&B song is very inappropriate. So I wasn't allowed too much TV when I was younger. I was allowed an hour a week unless I was watching TV with my mom. So I watched some soap operas and I watched a lot of Sports Center. But other than that, I could only watch an hour a week. So I would watch the Cosby Show in a different world. I had a radio in my room. So late at night, I would turn on the radio and turn it real low so that I could listen to music, while I was going to sleep. And because, I'm up late past when I'm supposed to be up, I'm getting a Quiet Storm. You feel me?
Welcome to Quiet Storm.
You understand what I'm saying? So the first song that I remember completely falling in love with was Whip Appeal by Babyface.
Oh my God.
I had no idea what the song was about. All I knew is that it just sounded so good. He sounded so good. The music sounded so good. It felt good. It felt like whoever this chick is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she got going on, I don't know what it is, but whatever she got going on, this man loves it. And he does. He did apparently. But I had no idea until I was older, and it came on after years of not hearing it. And I'm just singing, and it's like, you got that whip appeal, hey, and I'm like, why was I? But those are my songs, huh?
I said, when you were a kid, you don't know. There's times where I'm listening to stuff. I think the other day, not too long ago, Usher did a Tiny Desk, and I'm listening to the lyrics of some of his old songs, and I'm like, did my mom know that? I'm like, what was I listening to? Like, I would never play that for a kid in the room, period. Like, but it was on the radio, so like, wow.
That's too funny. That is too funny. So I got another one for y'all. I don't know if Shey was prepared for this, so I'm gonna make sure. Matter of fact, I'll let Shey go last on this one. I'll start it out. So the next question was to name your favorite bar, a hip hop bar and a poetry bar. And I told Jay we are not allowed to use ourselves. Because I would have been like, well, first of all, I wrote this fire line this one time. What'd you say, Shey?
I was about to say, this is it. That was my favorite part. / nightclub / dope club / lounge / whatever. That's the only bar I know, child. I don't know lyrics.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Well, for once again, I have something completely inappropriate. But it comes from Tribe Called Quest, Electric Relaxation. And my boy Fife Dog said, if my mom don't approve, then I just, let me take the little man from inside the boat. Let me hit it from the back, girl. I won't catch a hernia. Bust off on your couch. Now you got this furniture.
God. Really?
With that line, because you got to remember at that time, Siemens was a furniture store. Yeah. So when he said, bust off on your couch, now you got Siemens furniture, I was like, I'm so inappropriate. But on the flip side, you want to hear my poetry one?
Sure. I don't know if I'm ready yet.
No, it's not even that it's bad. It's very good. It's just so opposite. Well, my favorite, this actually is a verse of a poem, and it's by Maya Angelou, my girl. And it's how she ends Phenomenal Woman. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I remember I had to memorize that whole piece for an AY. Those of you non-7-day Adventists, AY is an Adventist youth. It's an afternoon program that's geared toward youth. And I had to learn that piece. And when I got to that last part, I said, oh, that's the way to end a piece. Like I told you all these things, the men be loving it. I be walking around here. I got the curves. But at the end of the day, if you want to know why I walk with my head held high, like, because I understand who I am. And I think that's so fire. So what about you, Jay?
I would say there's a lot as far as hip hop goes, but there's one that I really like. It's actually by a battle rapper. His name is The Saga, and he says, it goes, I ain't got time for the phony smiles. I ain't playing with them like an only child. So don't come around like we homies now. Because only God and gravity can hold me down. And even gravity can be redefined. Young Pablo, if you need a line. Everything I sowed, I'm a reaping time. Kill everything, Grim Reaper time. And so, yeah, that I'm
okay.
a sucker for bars, punchlines, and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one. That was a back to back.
Yeah. Back to back. Like you can't come up for air to just push your head down.
Yeah. That's why I could never battle anyone because I'd be like, I don't know whatever. Let me go and get my paper. I'm crying in the corner.
There was a favorite. There was a freestyle battle between two rappers. One of them was I would say he's a veteran rapper. I can't. His name slips my head. Cannabis. Cannabis got in a rap battle with somebody, and like I think round 2 he pulled out his notebook. So he got clowned a lot after that. I mean, to me, it didn't take away. He was in a bow and arrow contest with a rifle. Like it was just the wrong venue for that. It's still dope though. You know what I mean? Still dope. So
I forgot about cannabis. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, can I bust? Yes, you can. So as far as poetry goes, that's kind of rough because I didn't really start getting into poetry until maybe like 5 years ago, probably. But I would say by far, the one poet that I know that I listen to on a regular, she has so many different quotables, but there's one of them that sticks out the most in my book, and I can't quite quote it properly, but there's a part in one of her verses where she discusses about like how, and I'm paraphrasing, how sometimes you in a relationship you could be shortchanged, right? And you're waiting for someone to come make up the difference. And in the line, she says, potential is a hell of a drug. And I was just like, run it.
I love you.
So, you know, that was probably like, I remember that every day. I never forget it.
I love you.
Anytime.
What's the name of that spoken word artist, that poet?
I think her name is like, I know her mom named her. I think her name is something about a verses or something like that.
Verses or something?
Could be
plural. It might be one verse.
Single verse? One verse? Oh, just a verse. Okay.
I love you so much. You know, I was battling between choosing Tavis, who I've told you about, and you. And because I couldn't choose between the two of you, I went with Maya because she's classic. But trust and believe, that thing that we have, we got to figure out what we're going to do with it now that things are a little bit different. But when I tell y'all, we have this project that we did going over the span of a relationship. And Jay said, this is the first time I'm really doing something like this. And when I tell you, no one has ever made me go back and rewrite or revisit. Usually when I write something now, whatever I wrote is what it is. I'm not changing anything. I'm not whatever. Every time the man sent me a daggone verse, I'm like, nigga, okay, let me go back, delete. But I appreciate you. Potential is a hell of a drug. Shey, let's see what happens now. Shey, any verse at all? A line of anything come to your mind?
I'm just saying, like, you should know me. Like, when have I ever known the lyrics to any song? Really? I found that to be hard because I was like, what?
You know what lyric you used to know?
What?
So and Pepper's here and women. The only time that song came on, Cheryl would start singing it like, oh, you know the lyrics to this one, huh? She used to love that. It's all good though. It's all good.
But as far as I like the whole somebody almost walked off with all my stuff from that.
Yeah.
I like that whole thing. That whole joint
was
good. I can't give it all to you. I have to look it up.
Who's the
It's from the Color Girls.
Yes, that's for Color Girls, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
That's what I thought.
I
Right?
know, I remember that though. Yes, that's a good
Somebody
one. Somebody
almost
almost
walked
walked.
off with all my stuff.
Yes, y'all go look it up. That's something you can respond to here as well, because ain't nobody finna Google nothing right now.
Right.
Okay. So final question before we go to our commercial break. And this is the one my daddy wanted to get in on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let the commercials play. We're gonna come back because I'm gonna at least try to get him on to get this one. So we're gonna go to commercial break. We're gonna have a couple other things that's going on. And when we come back, we're gonna get the last question. We're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna be out. Okay. And we'll be back in just a moment.
She thought walking away was hard to do until walking away led to truth. Discovering a peace that was hovering, but never before allowed to enter her soul. She thought she'd grow old and even cold. If life continued on the trajectory it was headed, complacency seemed inevitable. Until she took a look at herself and said, I'm betting on you. Exploring new worlds and new views, different energies and attitudes. Allowing her heart to be open, it became consumed by what could be described as a fantasy, far from tragedy, no. A dream that if told in a story would seem too good to be true. Taking the form of perfection, physical frequencies felt through erections, emotional energies flowing like oceans. Ocean brings forth life anew, birthing art inspired by Mahogany's muse. "30 is only a dream away, and just Copeland can feel it. Her unexpected journeys are filled with unpredictable obstacles, but she finds escape in her poetry. However, each rhyme she creates reveals that her life's path is still unwritten. Rather than face the unknown in fear, just cherishes a sense of peace in knowing every day she's given a blank page to fill with lines of her destiny, however colorfully chaotic it may be." Aw, damn, my pen is about to run out of ink. Let me think. I have an urge to write with limited sources of jotting my thoughts down. What could I talk about now that won't take too long to say but will get my point across anyway? With short lines but captivating rhymes telling what is on my mind, damn. The only thing I can think of is the fact that my pen is about to run out of ink. I'm on the brink of destruction if I don't get this feeling out of my system I need to write to express. But see, anytime I open my mouth, people expect the best and nothing less. So what could be my subject? Oh well, the ink's getting lighter, hard to read, and an object of thought is yet to come to me. So I guess I'll just have to give up on it and hope nothing comes to my head. Because instead of taking my pen and pad and writing on impulse, I'll have to hold it in until I get home and make it to my den where I have a holder full of working pens. But until then, I have to remember each thought I think is, damn, my pen just ran out of ink. And we are back, and we got a special guest that's coming through to give his
little thought. Here we go. Hey, Diddy. I can't hear you. Gotta unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. What's up, everybody?
What's up, Mr. DJ Slim?
Just remember, Black history is American history. Don't forget that.
That's right. What up, though? Hey, sister. Hey, sister. All right, so we are. Hey, sister. So we have our last question, right? And our last question, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it. No, Daddy, I'm gonna wait for you because I know you got a hold. We're gonna go start with Jay. Favorite songwriter / song creator of any genre. So it can be, I don't necessarily want the producer. I want someone that has to do with putting, I guess it could be the producer, but I'm looking more for the songwriter or the song creator in terms of like maybe the composer or whatever the case may be / producer. I'm looking for live instrument. But anyway, Jay, what's yours? And if you could give us a song or two that we might be able to recognize this person.
Oh, that's rough. Song composer. Man, that's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah, I say it's rough because a lot of times people don't write their own stuff.
This is true.
So I'm trying to think. Like I would have to say, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If we want to say of all time, regardless of what you think somebody may think, I would say you got to put R. Kelly in there. I'm gonna just keep it
okay. We're just talking songwriters. I won't even get mad at you for that. I will not.
As he posts everybody's stuff. So if we want to start canceling stuff, a lot of people music gonna have to go down. You know what I mean? So it's just keeping it 100.
Got you. Shey, what about you?
Man, this might not be popular either. But
okay.
I love me some Kanye West, the earlier version of Kanye.
I'm not mad at it.
1.0.
Right.
He's like a mastermind in the beginning when he had such drive and like just the way he came up and produced these beats and everybody was getting put on. Oh man, he just worked with everybody and I just think he was a genius for that. So
most definitely
respect with that.
Most definitely. I'll let my dad go last. So for me, my favorite is going to be a songwriter. And my favorite songwriter is, I don't care about anything in anybody's personal life, it's Diane Warren. When that lady wrote that daggone song and Mariah Carey said, I risk my all to have just one more night with you. I said, oh, when she turned around and them boys said, I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing. Can you imagine the way I love to sleep? If anybody made me not want to sleep, do you know how much love I have for them to make me not want to take my nap? Because I miss you, baby. And then my girl said, she went over to Brandy and she said, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Oh, and she ain't talking about crying from pain. She talking about just... I could go on. If you want to talk about somebody who been in the game, right? And I mean, Take 6, Mariah Carey. We have Kenny Lattimore. We have Jody Watley. We have Steven Tyler, NSYNC. We have Escape. We have Keisha Cole. We have Celine Dion. We have like this lady. Anybody who you love. Eric Clapton, anybody who you love, listen, don't play with me. Don't play with me when it comes to Diane Warren and that daggone pen game of her. And I'm going to drop the mic for myself. But I'm going to go ahead and let you pick it up, Daddy, because I know you about to take us on a fantastic voyage. Go ahead, Daddy. What you got?
Well, the thing is, if you've been around long enough, I listen to, R. Kelly. I don't.
That was definitely sister.
That happens all the time.
So,
He's killing
yeah, she definitely. There you go. You're back.
it. Stop it. When you look at it, I respect, the R. Kelly game, and everybody else you're talking about, Kanye and all that. But you got to remember, all of them had to have a father. You know what I'm saying? And the father of all this stuff. When you talk about a collaborator, right?
So, I know who you about to say.
You go with Q. You got to start with Quincy Jones first, and then you work your way out from there. The only other person I could think of outside of that, and a lot of people are not familiar with the work, but you need to check it out, and that's Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. I'm talking about creators, people I'm talking about people that actually changed the game. Kanye, yes, changed the game when he came along.
Wow.
Much as Kanye, I give him all love in the world. He did change the game, but well before he came along, and one of the people that collaborated with him when he first started, Quincy Jones. See, everybody got to go to school and go deal. Okay, how great you are, you have to have a teacher. You know what I'm saying? And Quincy, to me is, you can think about anybody you want. Think of, people in the classical music genre, the country music genre, have come to Quincy. You know what I'm saying? Because, he's the dude. That's why they call him the dude. You start out with him, like I said, and after that, like if he's one for me, then 1A would have to be Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. No fans about
Metheny. Wow.
Music.
I grew up on Pat Metheny. My dad, let me tell you something. Two people that if I'm riding, one for my dad and one for my mom. If we're on a road trip and my dad has control of the radio, I am going to hear Pat Metheny. If my mother's in control of the radio, I am going to hear Reba McEntire. There's no in between. I think I know every Reba McEntire song ever created. I think I know every Pat Metheny song ever created.
We were around with Reba McEntire first broke out, so she's not exactly alien to me either. Because believe me, a lot of times I want to stay on your mother's good side, and I just let that music play, even though I was driving.
Yeah, because to this day, anyhow you want my mother to take that wheel, trust and believe it's going to be Reba McEntire. Every time. That's what's up, man. We had like this was a fun show. I enjoy music, and anyone who knows me knows that I enjoy creating music. I enjoy and I respect the people. One thing I truly miss, the inside covers, whether it's of a tape, whether it's of a CD, those inside covers, so that, because I used to know every background singer, every keyboard player, I knew the producers, what studio they were in, like all of that stuff. We knew all of these things because there were people that were, we were interested in knowing who was behind things. And I'm sure with all of you guys, got to learn who's the magic behind this. Again, y'all know I don't mess with R. Kelly. I do not listen to him any longer. I'm never going to say that because of that, he's not talented. I'm not going to play with you like that. Like, this man wrote some hits for so many people. Just put his personal catalog aside, and you still dodging if you're trying to miss all of the hits that's gonna come up on your playlist that had something to do with this man. So I definitely can understand that. Shey, who did you say again? Who did Shey say again? Shey said
Kanye.
Kanye, his political, the case may be, but I know many of you who came from the CD era, y'all looked in the CDs and kept seeing this man's name before you heard any H to nobody's Izzo. You know what I'm saying? Or any of that type. You saw his name. That's the reason why I think it was, in terms of the fans, it was easy to transition into College Dropout, because on the industry side, they're like, you're a producer, you shouldn't produce and rap, because we've had some failures with some of those people. But he came along and he, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, I got y'all back here, but I got y'all up here as well. So he is to be respected. Diane Warren, much like the people that my dad mentioned, many people go to her for those songwriting. And I'm telling you, whoever your favorite artist is, go and look. I can almost guarantee you, if they're a number one artist, they visited this woman at some point. what can you say? It's Quincy Jones. What can you say? Like, come on, y'all. We're at a point now that there's not too many of us that remember a time without Quincy. Quincy's been around making hits for as long as my memory can go back. You know what I'm saying? So, and Pat Metheny, if you don't know, go look up Pat Metheny.
Awesome. You don't know,
awesome guitarist.
Like,
there's another person we didn't bring up though.
Who's that?
Richard Small.
You know what? Yep, you right. I'm gonna let you speak more on it, but anybody who listens to church gospel music at all, as soon as you said that, said, of course. Of course.
Yeah, he's been. He has so many writing credits, composure. Starting from the 70s, even now into the 2000s. I think last thing he did was like 2021. So, you know what I mean? Richard Smallwood is another one that I don't feel like he only get his flowers on some platforms, but hands down, that dude could write.
Nah, seriously. And the way I rock with gospel music, I was a choir director. I go in and out of pieces. I learn. And when I direct choirs, I don't just learn the choir. I learn the music. I learn the instruments. I know what you're supposed to be playing. May not be able to come over there and tell you how to play it, but I know what it's supposed to be. And when it comes to the beauty of, yes, sir, Richard Smallwood, hands down. Like, there's a lot of other great ones in the gospel. Twinkie, we got a lot of different great ones, you know what I'm saying? But hats off to Richard Smallwood. And if you a heathen out there, and I'm just playing, if you are not familiar, go look at Richard Smallwood. And I can almost guarantee you, even if it's just in passing, you've heard something. You've heard something. There's a specific song. I ain't even gonna tell you what it is. But if you've ever been to any church in any genre, anywhere, we learned it by the sheet music, then you know this song. Okay. Sure did. My grandmother was like, you are not going to total. Go ahead and put it in the comments if you know what song I'm talking about. You ain't not about to sing this song any old way. You about to get this sheet music on today. So yes. Love of music, love of lyrics, love of poetry. I don't think there's a person on this planet that doesn't like some sort of music. I think whether it's classical, whether it's just, commercials, whatever, there's a jingle. Somebody that doesn't love a whole lot of music loves jingle. There's something that someone loves. And I think that music, I do agree when people say music is a universal language. And this month, I encourage you guys, go back. Here's an extra do unto others for the rest of the month of February. You ain't even got to check in with me. Go find a song or a songwriter or an artist from before when you were born. So whatever year you were born, look at a time before then. And I want you to listen to their catalog and just see if you can, you know what I'm saying? Just to listen to something else. So I was born in 1979. I'm looking at 78 and earlier. Let me see if I can go find something I've never heard of before, or an artist that I've never heard of before. Not the regular ones that we always hear about and they're constantly getting their flowers. Go search and let's see what you can find. If you want to, make a comment, or you want to, where's the little thing? Where's the thingy? You can let us know. Go to UVV TV. Don't forget the quotes on Facebook or on YouTube, and make a comment. Comment throughout this whole thing. Before we get up out of here, just want to let you guys know UVV has the lineup. Tuesdays we have In Your Pointers. Wednesdays we have Unvaccinated Voices. Thursdays we have It's Just a Conversation. Sunday we have Sunday Jazz Brunch. And guess what? Y'all? On Mondays, we now have our NASCAR Minute, which I've been telling you about. The Hintons are coming soon. So in other words, this channel is not just a channel. It's a whole little network. You know what I'm saying? You can come in any time of the week and get something. So I encourage you guys to keep watching us, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, telling people about us. If you want to be a guest, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? There is a show for any type of person that you want to talk politics, you want to argue with folk respectfully, you want to talk music, you want to talk love, whatever it is. There's a show on this here channel, UVV TV, for you if you want to join in the conversation. All right. And with all of that being said, any final thoughts, Jay?
No, man. I really enjoyed the show, man. Like just talking about music. I think sometimes our music selection can be a vehicle to our memories. You know, we can look back and say, man, you know, you may not remember what happened, but you remember the soundtrack around what happened. You know what I mean? I was watching I think it was 1619 Project, and the young lady said whenever mom and dad was arguing, they always played the big payback. And if you know that
big
stuff,
payback, yeah. They knew to stay in the room.
They knew that there was an argument because he would play that song. So they remember, like, we don't know what they were talking about half the time, but we knew that's what it was. And so definitely the music can do that. And it's also good when you have, you have music that is able to kind of uplift you in those moments where you seem to be in dire straits. You know, a lot of times it's those melodies that help us kind of get some clarity. So
most definitely. Shey, you have any final thoughts?
Get your lyrics up. I'm not saying it, not saying it for everybody else. I'm talking to myself. Get your lyrics up. Don't just be bopping your head. Know what these lyrics are. Know what they feel. Period.
Most definitely. I feel it. Get your lyrics up. That might be a t-shirt. Get your lyrics up.
I feel that. Okay.
I felt that in my spirit. Okay. Most definitely. Father Eddie Clark, you have any final words for us, or does Ava have any final words for us?
Ouch. Yo, folks, don't forget, check out UBBTV. And whatever you do, like I said, we got different stuff, different times. Don't forget on Monday, you'll be able to see the announcement tomorrow on UBBTV, on YouTube, and on Facebook. There'll be an announcement. The NASCAR Minute back every Monday. Then following that, on Saturdays, will be NASCAR Minute Plus, right? So make sure you check it out. And y'all, give Bubba Wallace some love. We got some other young brothers up here, just like you see, two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. We got a bunch of brothers getting ready to take over NASCAR. So we need to go out and fill that love for it, because they got no reason to back us up if they ain't seeing where they can make money off it. Let's be honest. I want to see the money in the support. Otherwise, these brothers ain't no fun.
Nah, you're not telling a lie.
So make sure UVBT is for everybody. For everybody. Go ahead and check it.
That's what's up. Most definitely. This was a great show. I appreciate you guys. We have a little switch up and things going on. So on our fourth Thursdays, we're gonna have special guests on here. I'm gonna have a one-on-one, unless Jay or Shey or even Eddie wants to jump in. And my first guest of this year is going to be the one, the only. Y'all see him, he might as well just be on all of our shows anyway. Hugh all the smoke Fletcher, okay? Because my cousin is always ready for all the smoke. We're gonna be talking about some real good stuff. I'm not even gonna lead you into it. I'm just gonna tell you, be here. So I'm not gonna say anything about the Super Bowl because the Packers are not playing. So whatever happens, happens. There's a specific team that I'm like, I won't be too mad if you win. But at the same time, I won't be mad if the other team wins either, because they both black and I'm on my Issa Rae. I'm rooting for everybody black. So, but at the end of the day, except for when it comes to the Packers, then I'm rooting for that white man. And I need that white man back. Okay. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys coming today. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey, sister, go wake up, brother, so y'all can both drive daddy crazy. Yes. Say Cash App. That's right. We're going to teach her Cash App early. And be back next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock for another It's Just the Conversations. Y'all, great show. I will talk to y'all next time. Peace, y'all.
You are lovely, kind, and intelligent. See it, embrace it, love it, display it, feel it. You are beautiful, live it. You are beautiful, say it. I am beautiful.
Say I am. You gotta tell yourself that you're beautiful. It's okay to tell yourself that you're beautiful. You are